just a little bit. Push.
What's that?
That way, right there. If you could do that. Because you see that premium there.
Would you just want to do weak in the police officer in the first one, since they both kind of in the instead of the whack and Mike, you can say that for the second and third one. It's more playful.
I just feel like that shit happened.
First.
Like we never is fresh on news. It almost seems like something finally happened for us just before we go on. They gave us a nugget right before we go on. Like, here y'all go. So by Monday, it won't be that old.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Now, if we put it as a Wednesday one, now it's like, damn. Could have got that on Friday. Could have got that any day. Right? And we're not gonna talk about it that long. There's not that much to talk about, like, but it's news, like, you know.
Okay. Now, all right. Now I'm on YouTube, and when I type in,
Yanadameen Godcast. Should say that we're live or something right now, right?
live now. Yeah, you are.
Oh shit! I didn't even go to the.
I gotta click off if Game of Thrones start getting discussed. Man, if you ain't watched Game of Thrones yet,
Yeah, too bad.
It's over for you.
That's what I'm saying. Today's Wednesday. If y'all motherfuckers ain't see the shit by now, then you not real to your show.
That's right.
He said, "I'd like to talk with the Lord."
Well,
today was the day for the live audience. A couple people partook, though.
Jason Mitchell on the shot.
We talked about him.
We talked about him in the last week?
Today. We talked about him in today's episode.
Oh, okay. I ain't watched today's episode yet.
I just put it up while you was in the chair, that's why.
Okay.
But if you remember, we talked about it last week. Remember?
Nope.
Got the little fat dude from the shot that got with the food truck.
I don't remember talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, he got kicked off for.
That was a whole 7 days ago. You know how much weed that's I don't even remember what the hell I did this.
Where am I from?
I just looking for a place to put this.
All right. Shit. Let's do the band.
Okay. One, two, mic check.
This shit is on. You hear her good? Sound check. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. You don't keep the little thing? I don't know if you need that. I don't really like how it looks. Okay. Little pizza rat on the fucking table. That shit.
Say something.
Hello.
I got Digga.
Got me?
You should be on F2. Are you on F2?
You don't get me? You don't have me?
Are you on F2 or math?
Understanding.
That's right. Understanding is the best part. It is the culmination of knowledge and wisdom. Peace. Peace. Today is Wednesday, June 5th. Make it today's math.
Power refinement.
That's right. Power is the truth. Truth is the light. Refinement is to be cleansed mentally as well as physically. Peace. Peace. Today's Friday, June 7th. Making today's math.
God.
That's right. God is the supreme being, the all-eye-seeing. God is you. Peace. Peace. Today is Sunday, June 9th. Make it today's math.
Born.
That's right. Born is to be complete. Born is to bring into existence. Make knowledge born. Peace. Yes, blue. Green juice is still in effect. All right.
Notice anything different?
You know, it's funny. Like I said, like
Yo, but because you're
I've
not
been
drinking
looking.
them daily.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody looks at this shit.
I was
Who don't look at their
I was.
excrements?
I
A
ain't
lot of
looking
niggas
back.
look at their excrements.
That used to be a joke to make a nigga self-conscious and shit. You'd be like, man, you look like the type of nigga that look back after his shit. Nigga, no, but I do look back on it. Oh, shit. All right, y'all ready?
3, 2, 1. Godcast, scene 1, take 1.
Got it together?
I can't tell. They telling me they can see up my skirt. Y'all
Oh,
can't see up my skirt.
y'all some nasty. We're going to talk about them too real quick. Let's go. Peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Yeah, we got the team Yanadameen in the house.
Okay.
Okay. And we also got our first little live studio audience. Okay. We mustered up a few. People. Okay.
It's Brooklyn in the house.
Okay. We got YouTube Live in the place to be.
What up, YouTube?
You know, and we here at the Black Lady Theater as always, doing what we do.
Word.
Yeah. Shout out to I see Damselflies in the house.
Hey.
Okay. Shout out DB, the one that does your makeup every week.
Yeah.
Beautiful job. We love it. Go check out Damselfly. Make your appointment. We'll put up some sort of information.
And she
on the
doesn't
screen.
just do makeup. She's a full
Esthetician.
Esthetician. That's right.
Yes, that's right. So, we back.
Word.
I see you was like doing a lot of fixing of your legs before we got on.
Yeah, cause you know the camera angles be setting me up, so I just had to make sure I was good over here.
Yeah, but and I'm not gonna front. We got a lot of perverts
In the comments.
that are followers of this show. Now you know this show is probably 80-something% male viewership.
I'm sure it is.
And the comments, originally, Digga's so beautiful.
Peace queen.
Oh, all of that. In the beginning it was very nice and wholesome. But time goes on. People get comfortable. And now I'm starting to see some rather brash comments.
Hey.
About the things that they want to do, and it's very. I'm flabbergasted. Okay, like how you just gonna talk to my sister like that? Like.
I told you low key we like that stuff though.
You see, and this is why I'm not
all that
fully
peace queen shit, like that shit is good. No, we don't.
This is why I'm not fully wilding, because I know there is a part of you that you ain't call up HR and be like, hey, this job is cool, but I'm not really with all the sexual harassment that goes on in the comments. Like you've never given me that call.
Hey, Aisha Curry said it best, man. There was some merit. Maybe there was some merit to what she was saying after all.
Yo, like y'all some dirty dogs, though. I'm not gonna even.
We love the respect. We love the peace queen, but every now and then we need a hey ma, just for us.
But this is worse than hey ma.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I see something. No, you know what it is?
Niggas want an old dirty bastard.
No,
if you
know
understand
what
what I'm talking about.
No, you know what? They got the whole walk away, twirl. They'll never get that angle when we.
Oh yeah, because the behind the scenes.
Yeah, they got the whole.
That was.
They got the whole 360.
We had no arguments.
That was a mistake too. That was an accident.
Yeah, we had no arguments before the show this time. Okay.
Oh, so.
But we did set it up because.
So you gonna be charged up?
Digga was kind of mad that we had an argument about with jazz music in the background.
Oh.
Oh, he really said you do. Oh, you did have to fix your legs on that one. You good? Or do you have to fix the camera angle? Zoom in or something. Oh, on his. You were seeing something? Yeah. Okay, well, zoom in.
I'm all crossed. Can't really.
Zoom in. We're trying to keep this a family show. I know I cuss like a sailor,
you know what I said? Because the chairs are short and my legs long, so when I cross my legs,
when the leg is high like that,
yeah,
you can see it.
But see, just by saying that, you even teasing niggas. The chair's short, but my legs long. Like, you just had to throw that out there, right? But my legs long.
Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, listen.
You can't see them in those cameras.
No.
Let's get into the news.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Camera.
Stop being so graphic,
camera.
y'all. Stop being so fucking graphic. Talking about my sister. It's not cool. All right. So, just last night, before us taping, but it's not last night of when this came out. Mm-hmm. But finally, some shit happens like on the cusp of us taping. Usually, like we'll tape the show, and then like some shit will happen right after we tape.
Always.
And then we fucking miss out, and then we gotta wait damn near 2 weeks, and then the shit is stale. Mm-hmm. So finally, some shit happened last night that motherfuckers can report on today. And so by the time it comes out on Monday, it won't be that stale.
Right.
It'll be like something you microwaved, you heat it back up in the oven, and it still could taste good. All right? So, apparently, Whack 100 and Mike Tyson.
That was crazy. I saw that.
Apparently, Whack 100 did Mike Tyson's podcast. First of all, I didn't know Mike Tyson had a podcast, but I mean, a lot of people got podcasts these days, right?
Right.
And why not? Like, when you got the kind of celebrity that someone like Mike Tyson has, that seems like a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. Where you could just talk shit and get paid. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And people like that do it from their own crib and shit like that, and make it even more comfortable for themselves. But they crib be some fucking mansion. So. That's what make it. They got a whole little wing and make it look like a whole radio station. Anyway, so Mike got a podcast. Whack 100, I guess, is invited on there by someone else. I think he was saying. Maybe it was a white guy that's on there with Mike or something like that. I don't know. But, apparently Wack in the past has said some things about Tupac that,
Didn't sit well with
that didn't sit well
Iron Mike.
with Iron Mike. So when he comes on the show, I'm sure Wack, didn't want to go down that road, and he said that he didn't. But Mike brought him down that road. The shit didn't come out yet. They didn't release the footage, but I'm pretty sure Mike was like, "Hey, what's that shit you was talking? You know what I mean? What's that shit you was talking about, Pop? Like, you know what I mean?" And Wack, Wack 100, he a gangster. So I said what I said. This is just what I'm imagining in my mind how it could have went. And these are two nice sized guys, but Mike is Mike. And according to the own account from Wack 100, which I love his account and realness of it. Like
I got enough.
He basically let it be known that Mike did his thing. He's still fast for his fucking age. Don't fucking sleep on Mike. Like, he put pain pills up as his motherfucking, you know what I mean, on his IG to tell the story about the whole shit.
And I seen when he was talking about it, he was like, some shit transpired.
Right, between men. Sometimes you're not gonna see it. Words don't work, and shit happens. Like,
see,
I respect that.
I was gonna say, like, I miss when motherfuckers could just take their L and be peace with it.
Oh
like,
my God.
You see, Remy is going to trial right now behind this whole conflict with her and the girl,
right?
With Brittany. It's like, why you couldn't just take your ass whooping and sit the fuck down somewhere?
Right.
You out here selling wolf tickets. You got, you know what I'm saying?
Or do what you probably was looking to do and just get the bag out of it. Why do we have to take it to some criminal, like, you pressing charges and shit? Like, just hit it with a civil suit. Like, that's what you want anyway.
You see the difference in generations. Like, allegedly, that's what happened between the girl. We can't confirm or deny that, but you see, in the case of Wack 100, like, some shit happened.
And they trying to spin it and flip it and bounce it and try to, because, in this whole IG social media culture that we live in, right? Like, pardon me, everybody wants you to see them in your best light. You know what I mean? Like a motherfucker will take 1,000 pictures until they find that one fucking picture with that right angle. All right, I'm gonna post this one. But the 99 other ones, that was you too. That was you too. And maybe you didn't look so flattering in some of those, but that was you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm guilty.
So now
I'm guilty of that.
Listen, we all guilty. Now, I'm not gonna say that I would take 1,000 because some of us are more vain than others, but what I will say is, people are always trying to, put that best face forward. And sometimes the reality of life is not always pretty like that. And so I think, we come from an era where there was no IG and there was limited film, first of all. You know what I mean? So, you get a pack of film or whatever. You might have one of those skinny cameras that your moms used to have that you had to put the flash thing on. Remember back in the day when the flash used to spin and all that? Yo, that camera only had like 30-something pictures on the motherfucker. You dig? So if you take a fucked up picture where, one eye was, hey, that shit might get included in the album because it is what it is. That we don't have a lot of pictures to be fucking.
And let's not talk.
We don't have gigs on your camera to be taking a million fucking pictures. You did?
Remember the magazine photo shoots where you really had to wait like 2 months for it to come out before you could see what you look like. Like the best you could do was when a photographer was taking pictures, like maybe have.
See the Polaroid.
Yeah, get a Polaroid of it, but when back when they were actually like developing the black and white film.
Right, but even still, they gave you a loop and they let you look through the shit. My point is, Whack 100 was like, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. This is Mike Tyson. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
did you really expect me to whoop Mike Tyson? Like this is Mike Tyson. And you see Mike right now, not for nothing, with his gray beard, looking like a tough ass Uncle Phil out this motherfucker. And I don't want, I damn sure don't want it with Tyson. But I think he would agree. He looks Uncle Philish with that gray ass beard. But damn.
But I just think it's interesting that, podcasters are beating up their cats. Like, that is hilarious to me. Like, imagine somebody is like the crazy Eminem fan. Like, what if that was you? And he's like, yo, so what's this shit you said, man?
Yeah. So you telling me you like this motherfucker? I said, I don't even want to go there right now. But that would be hilarious. But see, that's Mike, though. You see, like, Mike is unpredictable. Like, all right, let me tell you a story. I used to live in Brooklyn, right? During the 90s. I seen Mike Tyson on Flatbush Avenue in a Rolls Royce jump out, leave the car running in the middle of the street to go kick it to a bro. A Rolls Royce just sitting in the middle of the street, car running, door might still be open and all this type of shit. Like, this is the type of like unpredictable, you see what I'm saying? Like, nature that some people have. Like, some people are just like, fuck it. Like,
I did that.
I live for the moment.
Ass,
like, huh?
I said I did that before to whip somebody ass one time.
What, you just left the car in the middle of the street, running in the middle of the street,
Manhattan,
door open,
on Broadway,
and went down the block a little bit to whoop somebody's ass.
Had to run down the block to chase a motherfucker.
What did this girl do?
The bitch spit on me.
Whoa!
Whoa! I was what you call, I guess, blocking the crosswalk. It was a white lady.
And she ain't know she spit on Rod Diggity? She spit on Rod Digga?
All I know is my car was in the middle of Broadway.
And you was tired!
Middle of Broadway, running, doors open. I might have left my kid inside. I was on her heels.
Wow.
I ain't gonna say what happened when I put up to her. She ain't spit on nobody no more.
Did you get locked up for this?
No.
You got away with it. Good for you.
Yo, it was crazy, but you know what? I actually had to restrain myself because when I turned her around, she was an old white lady.
Ooh.
I was like.
Like how old?
I would say definitely AARP.
I mean, well, that's 50. So, are we talking 60, 70, 80?
Maybe 60.
60,
maybe
okay.
60. So, it was like.
But see, they age fast, so I'm going to say she was probably 50.
I basically, what I was preparing to do when I caught up to this person, I couldn't really do because, like, she's old. And it was like all these people like, it's so, just ignore her.
But it's fucked up because you already gave her.
But I'm already.
Rod Digga already hit her with one of these.
But I'm
boom! And she picked her up. Oh, shit! Grandma!
I caught her.
She was about to hit her in the neck. Like,
when I ran up on her, I did. I clocked her from the back. And then I turned around because I wanted to clock her in the face. And then I saw it was like this elderly woman. I'm like, I was mortified. I'm like, and then I'm looking around at all the witnesses, all the town. Like, oh snap, what do I do? Yeah, it was bad.
Dust her ass off real quick.
It was
I'm
bad.
just saying, you can't be spitting on nobody.
I did.
That's all I'm saying. You can't spit on people.
This lady's like, just be the bigger person. I'm like, I was so mad. She might have flesh-eating disease.
Yeah, you don't know.
Spitting on people.
Spit Ebola at me.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm sorry. I went way left. Where were we?
No, that
I just had a flashback when you said
that's a whole segment. That's a thing
you
right
said
there.
doors open, car in the middle of the
That's
street.
a headline.
I just had a flashback.
Digga jumped out the middle of the street and whooped some ass.
I'm just, you know what? I'm actually
Allegedly.
I'm about to say I'm glad it wasn't no social media back
And this
then.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
This was at least more than 7 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can talk about this all day.
And
Now,
then,
where were you exactly? Get taught by Vlad how to make a nigga tell. Nah, anyway. What's the time? How much time we got? Nice. Okay.
well, shouts out to Mike Tyson.
Shouts out to Whack 100.
100.
Both of y'all keeping it
Real niggas
as
doing
real.
things.
Yeah, real niggas do real things.
But I'm scared of the podcasters that are beating up the guests if they don't like what they got to say. That's a scary thought. Especially former heavyweight champions.
You know what? I feel like a nigga like Taxstone probably would have did some shit like that eventually. You know what I mean? If he didn't get locked up, then we probably would have loved him for it.
Somebody would have came.
Like, yo, did you see what Taxstone whooped that nigga ass on his show? But see, that can't be. We can't, take these platforms and now devolve them into,
I'm saying
bullshit to where we doing shit like that, where we have an actual like Jerry Springer, like esque. All those, you know what? The more we talk about this, somebody's fucking gonna do it. Like this might become a thing. Like, oh, he just gave me an idea. I'll do a Jerry Springer type guy podcast where, we actually start fucking. If there's a problem, we start slapping motherfuckers and all of that. Like,
or we get the two women who claim they pregnant by the same guy to face off
and make them wrestle in pudding in a little baby tub in bikinis. Huh? We'll put them right up on the stage. We'll move this out the way.
Now who's the purr?
No. I'm just talking about that. This is the ideas of the other people. This is not me.
This is okay.
This is not me. This is the other people.
Somebody else wants
This is the savages
wrestle in baby tubs.
Come on, how many times you done see them wrestle in mud and all kinds of pudding and shit and Jello on Jerry Springer? I didn't just pull that out my ass like that. That's some shit that happens. Like. All right, well, let's move on to more fucking, shit in the world. And an example of basically some racial profiling going out in the city of sin. You want to lead with this one? What you know about it?
Yes, rapper Meek Mill. Shout out Meek Mills, everybody.
Okay, yes. He's back. Man, it's such a great story.
Let's share before we even highlight that BS. Let's share some positive news. He has been granted a new trial and is getting a new judge.
Really? Your word is bond. I did not know that. Like, that's real news. You just delivered some news, Digga.
That's real news.
Wow.
And now for the BS.
Okay.
So he over this past Memorial weekend, he was denied entry into the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Apparently for no other reason except being black.
On a whatever day this was.
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right. And it has actually been uncovered that he is on a list that was obtained by his lawyer or someone else.
That's apparently being circulated by several hotels in Vegas, allegedly.
Of a list of rappers and black entertainers that are to be banned from said establishments. So
I heard some other ones with like Yo Gotti, Block Boy JB was another one I was hearing was on said list.
Now I'm wondering because we heard that. I'm wondering if this list that are being compiled is because these specific entertainers Like, is it just a reputation thing, or are there specific incidents that have happened in other hotels, and now you know how?
Well, that's what
you know,
was
there's
tried to.
change.
They see they
Or is that
their
that's an
excuse
excuse.
changed so many times
Okay.
that
That part I
what really
wasn't
makes you
clear of.
believe that it's some racist shit is because their excuses for why they did it changed a myriad of times. You know,
Okay.
I mean, to the point where they threatened to arrest him if he stepped out of his car. Like at one point he was like, "Listen, I want to get something to eat in here. Like, I ain't even trying to go to your little party or some shit." And they still didn't want to let this motherfucker in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then only later on they start saying, "Oh, well, it was something that happened previously." Then they said, but if that's the case, they should have said that initially
first time.
upon coming to him. You see what I'm saying? Then they said, "Oh, the fire marshal and all this type of shit." Again, like I can guarantee you, you know, because we've all experienced it at clubs where, and you as a celebrity, me as a celebrity, I've been at certain clubs where, you know, especially those shishi foo clubs where, you know, they might fuck with hip hop a little bit, but not all like that. So it's like, you know, they're gonna make you wait a second or act like, "Oh, I can't let nobody else in." But now here comes, you know, some white nondescript motherfuckers that are not celebrities at all, and they just letting these motherfuckers in. And you like, I thought y'all wasn't letting no more people in. What happened?
Actually, I've never had that. No, but you know what? There was, is it 1 Oak, 1,000 Oak?
1 Oak.
One of those oaks in California.
Mm-hmm.
It, one of the promoters had got exposed for saying for not wanting to admit black women, or either black women, dark skinned women, but
fat women.
A DM was sent out to somebody, and the DM got exposed. Like, bring some of your friends.
See,
no black ones, no dark ones.
See, the problem with people like Meek Mill and Yo Gotti was at one point they was able to price us out of certain shit. You know what I mean? Now these guys are making the type of money where, you know, you got to find other ways to keep them out because you can't price them out. I'm sorry, a table in here tonight is $7,000. All right, no problem.
Okay.
Give me 3 of them. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck. You know what I mean? We got a dress code. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. Let me go to my room. These niggas come back with the 3-piece on. Oh, you know what I mean? Now what you gonna say? You see what I'm saying? So it's getting to that point where they can't even really. They just gonna have to say, "Listen, you too black. You know, people in here, you make them nervous. You know, we're not fucking with you." That's what they just need to go ahead and say, because, you know, with certain motherfuckers, you can't even price them out the game. You know what I mean? You tell me $7,000, I'm turning it around. You price, okay, yep. You price me out the game. I ain't paying for no fucking $7,000 tape. You must be crazy. Yeah, but certain niggas is not getting priced out the game, so. You know.
And then, I mean, every now and again, if you're rolling with 20, 30 guys, sometimes, you know, people right at the door might be like, "Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but we don't know that was the case with Meek Mill that night.
I'm not saying that was the case with him, but I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying.
No, it's never good to roll up to a club with a bunch of dudes.
Like some,
okay?
some instances we can make it one thing when it's something else. So, you know.
This is true.
Hopefully that wasn't the case with, you know, in the case of Meek. He's been doing very positive things.
Yes, he has.
Since he's been released from prison. I'm sure he's doing any and everything to walk the path of righteousness right now, and I can't imagine him being problematic to the point where they.
On that note, we done run out of time. Mm-hmm. We're gonna take a break. We'll come back. Yanadameen Godcast. Come on. Somebody said Yo Gotti got his forehead done by Dr. Miami.
That kid's
Yeah,
man,
niggas is great.
More time.
7 G's for a table. Damn, can you take the table home, literally? That level
Yo,
of price gouging.
I hated my homies that did that. I'm like, why?
Did what?
Like, you be spending like $3, $4, $5,000, like thousands of dollars
Right.
on bottles in the club.
I'll be like, yo, hell no. And they almost act like, nah, fuck that. Like,
I'm like, no,
I'm gonna teach them something. Like, you ain't teaching them nothing.
I'm in there
They're
like,
gonna take your
no,
fucking
no.
money and like be happy. Like,
I'm like,
let's go somewhere
no.
else where they appreciate you, man. Like,
My
and
thing-
we can get a lot more for a bang for our buck,
If you
nigga.
spend that amount of money, like, let's go.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really want to spend that type of money, like, I'll show you how to spend it much better than this.
Exactly.
Shit.
I'm like, no, we can go to the liquor store, go to my house, and
And really turn this motherfucker out.
Club Kitchen with the Spotify playlist, title playlist. What you need? You need house blues.
Won't nobody
jazz
judge you when you
rap.
pass out.
Right.
You won't have to drive home. You can just stay right here. You'll be good.
Yes. Ain't no party like Club Kitchen. Shit.
Club Kitchen. Oh, shit.
Shit. I remember one time my homies at my birthday party. I'm like, no, I don't want no $1,000 bottle Ace of Spades. You can donate that to my foundation. You know how many books I could buy kids with that money? Shit. That's right, y'all. Club Kitchen. Shit, if you stay long enough, you might catch breakfast. Get early bird special. And for the motherfuckers that's passed out on the couch, y'all get breakfast in the morning. That's what we do at Club Kitchen. The rules are simple. Don't touch the food that was already in the refrigerator, and clean up your own Earl.
Right.
That's it. Who are my top 5 rappers? Coogee Rap. Let's go. Coogee Rap is my all-time favorite. Black Thought. Redman. I don't know. 4 and 5 I always gotta think about. That mostly. Oh, Nas, of course. Nas and Jay. Yeah, there you go. Nas, Jay. Yeah. Nas, Jay, Thought, Coogee. And what I say, number 5 usually varies. Today I'm feeling Pharaoh Monchi. Who do I play daily? Right now, that new Styles P is getting a lot of burn. I better say Buster. He fresh. He definitely a GOAT. I mean, he's got like 20, 30 year longevity, but as far as like rap technique, the shit that I listen for. I seen my Digga break dance with skates on in '96 at Skate 22. Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, my 5 changes. Pharaoh Monchi, Redman, uh, um, I don't know about movies. Maybe a series. Movies are kind of like you just gotta go somewhere and just be there for months.
All right. So this next
I don't
one.
know what he's saying.
Huh? What?
Oh, I'm reading the comments.
Oh,
Somebody
Truly
about to-
Zambian in the house.
somebody if I say
Peace,
this, I'm gonna
Zam.
have a heart attack.
Come on,
I
man.
think rap technique, he's definitely like, you know, one of the greats in that department. But just overall, my top 5 artists, nah, he's not. He's nowhere near my top 5. Razzcast, of course, Razzcast is too. Like, there's so many. It's really hard to make a top 5 because, I don't know. Like, there's so many like dope motherfuckers. And you gotta remember, we came up at a time where like you had to be dope. So like the whole game was dope. It's only now that y'all so embracing of corny motherfuckers. Well, actually, not even now. Maybe I would say the past 10, 15. The whole past 10, 15 years, y'all just been letting corny motherfuckers in the floodgates. But at one point, like, you had to be really, really dope to even, like, get a record deal. So,
All right.
You know, I'm just thinking there has been corny though for a long time, but the early corny, see, we was little kids, so it was okay when hip hop first started. Because if you think about it, Super Rhymes was corny. This DJ gets down mixing records while you go around with it. Like,
I mean, there was a lot
Jimmy
of,
Spicer was a corny nigga. Like,
there was a lot of stuff.
but he had some dope shit. But it was dope because we was little kids. But if you listen to that shit now and you really listen to Super Rhymes now, you'd be like, yo, this is a corny nigga that made
there's
this.
all
Like,
kind of stuff we was listening to as kids that's like, word, the double dutch was going down the street.
yeah, but I'm talking about hip hop specifically though. Like, you see what I'm saying? And Jimmy Spicer had a record deal. He had hits. And then he did the da ha. Wasn't that him? Yeah.
The rapping dude.
Yeah. Oh no, the rapper Duke. That was somebody else. But they remind me of each other.
Word.
And that's the part, when you know that part, that's what dates you. You see? Because it could have been the rapping Duke, the ha, like that could have been your reference. But once you know the Aretha Franklin part, that means you was there when the shit was out.
I was a baby.
Well, baby enough
muscle
to hear
memory,
it
muscle
and remember
memory.
it. All right, so hang on. What are we doing? We doing my man with the hands.
Yes.
Did we want to talk about that?
Yeah.
What else? I don't know if that's gonna take the whole time. And we're only on 2, right? This number 2.
Yeah. Can MCing return to its pure form for future generations?
Well, we were talking about purity and all of that.
Oh, remember our third verse, we were going to talk about, like, what could we do? You were saying, like, can some of the breadwinners of our culture, like,
Right. Is there anything?
is there any way? I guess kind of basically what this person is saying, like, is there any way to do a hip hop purge and re-purify everything?
I mean, we could talk about that in a way. I also wanted to talk about what I was saying too about the song I heard, and what if Malcolm and Martin.
No. So that would be that could be like our question of the day.
Like the third one?
That's our third segment.
Okay.
That's our third segment question of the day.
Right. Yeah, that would be interesting. But for this one, so we said, my man, do we even know that guy's name? No, he's just an internet guy. Could we, or where it happened?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
What state?
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, somewhere countries. You can tell just by the way. I'm not gonna shoot you. just he's like, nah, man.
I ain't put my hand nowhere, man. Man, listen. Fuck that shit. Keep my hand right here. So I'm assuming it was somewhere down south. That was punk ass shit.
He tried it too.
All right, well let's get the let's get on the boogaloo.
Don't talk about our statues. Somebody said these are the ugliest statues.
Hey!
How you gonna talk about the Nubian god?
Fuck you!
God is over here.
Brought these things back from Nigeria. Yeah, they look a little bit like Jay-Z, but so what? Fuck you!
See, now I had to look. I can't stand you.
Arkansas.
Nah, I did get these in Nigeria though.
Okay.
I brought this shit weighed my motherfucking bag down. You did coming back. a couple other wood things and shit that I had in my bag.
We do have a live audience today, guys. We're just not showing the audience. But we got some folks in the house.
Yeah.
Make
some noise.
Make some noise.
Okay.
We got folks up in here.
And ain't sound effects.
And that's not the staff.
Yeah, that's not sound effects.
His name was Edward True.
Okay.
Arkansas.
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 Mm.
Oh yeah, that's country.
That's country, racist. Racist country. The nigga yelled, "Gun!"
No.
First he was yelling, the cop was yelling for him to turn off the car. He went to do it, and then he said, he's got a gun! And he's like, oh, no.
That's what my man said. Blue, my hands is right here, outside the window.
Hold on, Jamar.
So the dude did have a gun, but it was a licensed gun. It was in the backseat of the car.
Oh.
And so that's why the cop said gun, because he saw it through the window.
Oh.
And so this is why the dude was like, hell no, I'm not moving my
Right.
hands. Because there was a gun.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Still, fuck that. You try to make it seem like he pulled the gun.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can watch it for freshness, but I seen it. See, you just put another context to it that's, Now, where is that coming from?
Essence. Today.
That's funny because I was just about to say that.
Old white man lying about something.
I was just about to say now, who's reporting?
See the gun in the back.
Who's reporting he had the gun? Right. I was just thinking.
Doing what he do again, trying to justify his actions. Nigga, you ain't see no gun in the back. I didn't see no gun. Why he didn't say, hey, now that's my legal gun in the back?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying. Listen, I got a license for that.
That's right.
This nigga said, I ain't got no gun, is what I thought. Matter of fact, let me see the thing again. Matter of fact, now I need to see it. Now I need to see it, because I could have swore he said he didn't have no gun. Ain't that what he said? Sid, can I see the thing again?
Like, put in perspective, anytime they walk out, school shooters fully, walking, not shot, but they had a gun on them, you're not shooting at them. So an active shooter, like whether it's a Waffle House or the school, they're walking out untouched. So they're trying to yell,
I just saw a video, and this was crazy. They had a lady was being held at knife point.
Yes, I see that. That's nice.
And this was like a white lady, it looked like.
No, it was like a Mexican or
Okay.
something like that.
Yo, they had her at knife point. Yo, the police blew her and the dude that was holding her hostage. Blew him away like it was nothing. Like fuck the TV shit. We killing both of y'all. Like he's aware. See? He said he said he want to shoot me. And he said he got a gun. He said where? The guy said where? Where? He said, where's this gun you're talking about? If that was the case, right now he should be like, there's a gun in the back seat, y'all. He said, what was I doing? Right there, he would have been like, you're not going to move your hands. I saw a gun in the back seat, and I don't want you to move for it. You see? That's a lie. That's the race soldiers trying to plant some fucking shit in the black people's media for us to believe why he did this was justified. That's some bullshit. I can't see no gun in the back seat. I'm not reporting that. That's some bullshit. I don't give a fuck what Essence says. Essence could be Duke too. Why he didn't say right at that moment? Trust me. Think about it. If that was why he yelled gun, he would have been like, there's a gun in the back. That's why you yell gun, because there's a gun in the back seat.
So after we talk about it, mention how Essence.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit, I'm just saying. Hey, Truly Zambian, do me a favor. Could you clean up some of these trolls in here? Send them to a block party. Invite them to suck a dead dog's dick before they go.
Gotta embrace the hate. Can't have it all one way. Everybody in the comments can't say the God is right, the God is right. You need your trolls. When you have trolls, you made it. So remember that.
That's today's standards.
If you wasn't shit, you'd just be preaching to the choir. You got motherfuckers seeking you out just to hate you. Proud of yourself.
I got a policeman on here. We're going to clean up Wakanda. We're going to run the devil out the root of civilization into the caves of West Asia, as they now call Europe. Yeah. Why do we do this? Because he started causing trouble amongst the righteous people, accusing righteous people of telling lies, causing them to fight and kill one another. This is in the lessons. Let's get it going. Come on. Why do we run Yakuba? It's made up from the civilization of high rate invested into the case of West Asia, as they now call Europe.
Sound good? Yep. 3, 2,
You're gonna know all kind of lessons.
1.
see that part.
Godcast scene 2, take 1.
Peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Team Yanadameen in the house. We got our live audience in the house right about now. What's good? What's good? We got YouTube live in the place to be.
Yeah.
Got my man Truly Zambian in the house, one of our moderators. Shout out to you. Ain't seen you in a minute, Zam. We always appreciate you on the set. Yeah, we back. Now, I forgot the last one. So, before we continue.
You like to donate to the show.
Oh,
Wait.
Would you want to
no. You got it.
Or you
I'm gonna do the
try to mock me.
Patreon part.
Huh?
No, I was,
Okay.
segue to you.
Okay, because we trying to do for self, and this will actually this is going to segue to something we're going to talk about later, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because this is what it's all about.
Yep.
So listen, if you'd like to help us do for self, okay, and help enable to keep our art pure, go to cash.me/$, patreon.com/ what? Come on, you leave me hanging. I'm choking.
You know what I mean?
Yanadameen.com/support or bounty.com/
You know what I mean?
Come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, also, we got a lot of interest when I mentioned last week that businesses, independent businesses, we get a lot of eyes. You know, this is valuable to a business. If you feel that the kind of demographic that can help your business is watching our show, then I think you need to advertise with us. And we have very reasonable rates for all different kinds of advertising. There's artists out there that want to advertise their music. Oh, we got something for you. You could do it, something that's affordable. So yeah, if you'd like to advertise with us, then email us at yanadameengodcast@gmail.com. And we're going to get that popping. We're going to start seeing some ads. And that's how we'll keep this thing more independent, so that nobody can come in with their money and try to tell us what the fuck we could say and not say, and, try to influence our media.
I don't think there's anybody on the planet that can tell you what to say and what not to say. The best I can do is just kind of reel you back in sometimes.
Anyway.
I can try.
Like, thank the Lord for that. Like, just thank the Lord and clap it up for that.
Every now and then, I just gotta
for the fishing line.
I just gotta rechannel your energy sometimes.
That's all it is. So what were we saying? What were we about to get into?
I'm sorry.
What was we about to get into? Oh,
we about to talk about.
We's about to talk about
a topic that constantly comes up, and I hate even giving it attention, but it has to get attention because we just have to know better.
Now the reason why I'm willing to give this one attention, because it actually didn't end up in the assassination by one of these race soldiers,
Thank God.
As my brother Tariq Nasheed
would
call them. It didn't end up in a murder by one of these race soldiers against one of our brothers or sisters. But it was I would almost call it an attempted murder on film. That would be the case out in Arkansas, where the brother, what's his name? What was the brother's name? Edric Tuitt. Basically this clip is going around the internet where he's in the car and the police is telling him to you know, take his key out the ignition and all of this, and he's like, nah, you're going to try to shoot me. And all of a sudden the police yell out, he got a gun! Gun! And my man's like, oh no, fuck that. Like, throws his hands out the window. My man is steady trying to bait him to make him move his hands. Take the key out the ignition. Steady telling him to take his key out the ignition. And my man is smart enough to be like, fuck the bullshit.
These hands
Yeah, I'm not touching the motherfucking thing. It is what it is. If I got an itch, I'm not scratching it, but you're not going to fucking shoot me right now because you claim that I got a fucking gun.
Nope, you turn the car off yourself.
I mean, increasingly, more and more, we're seeing these situations on film. And like I said, thankfully, nothing happened in this one. But, you know, you could be baited into a murder. You could be baited into a murder. Like, and you not even realize. Like the police tell you to comply with everything, but then when you comply, you could get murdered for complying. So,
total sidebar detail. He had both his hands out the window. Who was filming? Because that wasn't like a cop body cam. It was it's like the camera was right here. So could that have been the driver maybe holding up their phone? Okay.
Yeah, that's possible, right? Well, no. Oh, the driver, because he was a passenger, right?
I think so. Based on like the angle we saw, like he was on the right side, so he would have had to reach over and turn the car off. But I'm curious to know, like, where the...
Now there's a sidebar to this. Apparently, there's an article in Essence, yes, Johnny Fastlane, where it's claimed that the officer says that he saw a gun in the back seat, which is why he yelled gun. And I call bullshit on that. Based on watching the video again and looking for any indication in the video that this man saw anything after he said gun. And there's no indication in the video of it whatsoever.
Right.
When he screamed gun, my man was like, where?
We're seeing
where?
Hands out the window.
He didn't say there in the back seat, right there.
Right.
You did? Like, there's plenty of time. He was like, oh, I'm not going to shoot, but you ain't going to move your hands. Because I don't want you to grab that gun in the back seat that I saw.
And it would appear that he was in the car by himself. So I guess he was filming it himself. But,
no, but it looked like he had two hands out. So it could have
like
been the police filming it.
So
this could be a police body cam for all we know.
Unless maybe he had the phone like on a dash mount.
Or yeah, maybe yeah.
Because I'm like,
it could be a dash
cam
cam
here and the camera's here, so.
And these are some of the things that can save your life these days, is having one of these fucking dash cams that shoot right back into the fucking car. Right.
Record.
Right, like, oh shit, you got a camera, you better chill. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have a camera, who knows?
It'll just be your word against their body cam.
But see, I don't like how certain information gets passed off as factual. Like we read this thing in the Essence article, and I'm saying that's bullshit. Like who told them that? Who said that? Like somebody better throw allegedly on it or something, because that's some bullshit. Like, I'm calling bullshit on it, and I don't believe that's what he saw to make him say that. I believe he was trying to set it up to where when he yelled gun, other motherfuckers start just popping at him, and then he could join in on the pop off.
Yes.
And if somebody else popped, he could have used their gun shoot, as an excuse for why he shot. And I thought it was him shot. I didn't know who shot first.
He would have had, if that guy had both his hands out the car and any shots would have rang out, he would have had to get it. Like, he would have had to get charged like this. I mean, they always find a way to find the officer innocent, but how do you just? Well, I can't even say how do you justify that. We see people get shot in the back, running away from the cop, but somehow they're always a threat, even when they running away. So I don't know. They would have to get creative to justify. They thought he was reaching for a gun with both his hands right there in his face.
Yeah, man. It's like, and more, they keep showing us these modern day lynchings, basically.
Right. Just to keep reinforcing.
Just to reinforce.
Stay in your place.
The feeling of power. Yes, stay in your place. Don't resist whatsoever. Like that's the main thing. But in the Constitution, the people have the right to resist, especially against an unjust government.
That's right.
Like that's written. Clap it up.
Hey.
But see, this is what makes America, hypocrisy at its finest, because that shit is written in its so-called Constitution, but the message that's given every day is don't resist. But America wouldn't be here if they didn't resist. The British and all this type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So you can't act like resistance is never something that's needed. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes
Black
resistance
Panthers?
is needed. And you need to resist things that are wrong. And a lot of things that are wrong are within the system. And certain things in the system need to be resisted. Now that reminds me, did I just hear, somebody look this up, since we don't have Big Boy. I just heard that some state actually made it legal. I mean, it's already in the Constitution, but they made it like legal to resist against a police officer that's unlawfully doing some shit to you. Did I just read that? I don't know what state that is. Please, somebody confirm.
That has to be a blue state. I'm like all of them. That's got to be.
Well, why do we say that? Because
why do I say that?
that's I would feel like that's some sort of a gun, almost militia Republican state. Like, trust me, this ain't.
No, I would think that's progressive to tell people that it's okay to resist an unruly officer. No, the red states are trying to bring. Are trying to
see. They don't want us.
Trying to outlaw Roe versus Wade. Like, no they're the ones going backwards.
The red states also. They don't want us to resist. They're down to resist, though. Like as far as white people suffering from any unjust shit by the police, they'll foster that. But they're the ones that can never resist is us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Though we're the ones in their eyes that should never resist.
Well, whatever state that is, if there's black folks living in that state, resist on.
Y'all can't find this?
I think it's Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Huh. One of the states that actually just banned abortion.
Well, in Milwaukee, that's a city, right? Milwaukee's a city. Wisconsin. Okay. Georgia as well?
Wait, that's funny. These are actually the states that are banning abortion. The ones saying it's okay to resist.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like,
you see?
You might have won that one. Okay.
Because
I would have just assumed that this would be California.
That's for them, not for us. That's for, but hang on. Maybe it is for us.
I'm like, who would
Check, but hang on. What, you know why?
So
Because
they can
maybe
really kill us.
because now maybe they want to influence you to say, that's right, you got the right to fight back, black man. And so, and influence one of these young hothead black kids to go out here and shoot one of these police to now give them the true, you know,
authority.
Yeah,
Fire at will and stuff. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Just hopefully,
if we do, damn if we don't.
hopefully we can just move with enough consciousness as this brother had, like, you know, hands, and it, you know, if it comes down to having to resist, you know, just gotta be tactful with it. Make sure the cameras is on. Camera in one hand and gun in the other. Like, look, you tried me, officer. You tried me. I got you on camera. I mean,
no, this is chess, not checkers.
it's unfortunate.
So, be playing chess
Right.
at all times.
Right. I guess we're not really gonna know the outcome of that scenario until that happens. Like the person that, like in modern day times, like, you know, enacts that law and really like resist. Like guns drawn.
I mean, they'll gas somebody to resist, and it's like, would they even really get away with it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But then they almost have to if they want to influence people to keep doing that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is all social engineering, people, and you just
Of
have to
course.
be careful that, you know, your emotions are being preyed upon, and they're manipulating you through your emotions
They
and
gonna
getting
keep
you
putting
to.
it on the news. Every time you get pulled over, you already got an attitude with the cop.
Yeah, they're influencing your views and pushing certain buttons. You know what I mean? Don't fall for the bullshit.
Right.
Don't fall for the bullshit.
That's right.
What else was we on? What was we going to?
We had our question of the day for the third segment.
Why are we a blank now?
I don't know.
What was the other thing we was going to talk about?
We had a whole
I
other
heard about
topic.
that white lady that pulled out the gun on the black man at the cookout.
I just saw that.
Oh, I missed that.
I just saw that.
Word?
Like pulled it out. Told them they needed a reservation.
And this looked like a grandma white lady.
Yeah, like she.
See, them be the ones,
Like
though. The ones that spit on me.
like she looked like her name was Helen.
Them be the ones.
Like Helen pulled out a gun because, and what was the reason? Because they didn't
have
a reservation.
And then come to find out they didn't even need a reservation. She was looking for a reason.
And because I just saw that maybe earlier today, and yeah, so the white lady pulls out a gun, and the sister's filming it, and she's like, "Why are you pulling out a gun on us?" It's like, "Because you need a reservation." Well, okay, all you have to do is tell us that. Like, you didn't have to pull a gun out on us. Like these motherfuckers. See this, and we act like this is some shit in their DNA.
Oh, Mississippi.
You understand? Like
Mississippi.
Sounds about right.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Of course, Mississippi.
which is another gun type of state, right? Is that an open carry state and all that type of shit? Because she had her shit like,
Yeah, she definitely had it.
Helen had her shit like right here, like for real, yeah.
She wasn't playing. She was playing.
Yeah, and so, yep. Oh, you see the shit right there, right?
Yeah, picture of the lady.
Does she look like her name is Helen?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Helen and all of them be at the range too.
Mabel or some shit. Well, nah.
Yep. Straight like that.
But it's like, see, there's a certain there's a certain hatred / fear that seems to run through
It's called xenophobia.
xenophobia. Is that the definition of
What you
xenophobia?
just said.
Hatred and
There's
fear?
a hatred and a fear.
Well, xenophobia it is. I've heard that word before, but I didn't
That's
really know the definition, and was too lazy to look it up. And then
It's like a,
nobody used it enough to have to
Right.
really like whatever. Xenophobia.
It's like a fear of things.
Sound like Xanadu to me.
It's like a fear of
Right.
things like, different from you or,
Oh wait, see, I don't like where that's going.
but
No,
the way,
hatred and fear though.
No,
Hatred is strong.
but the
I'm not
fear,
talking about
the fear,
talking bad about
No, I'm
something.
saying, but the fear breeds the hatred. No, what you're saying describes that term perfectly.
Okay, well,
People call Trump a xenophobe.
okay,
if
well,
that makes any
these
sense.
white people, and people will hear me say this. Oh, he's racist because I'm pointing out that there are white people in the world and there's black people. Like it's fucking crazy, but it is. I'm sorry, like there is. And colors are meant to identify certain characteristics in all things. Anyway, there's white people. I'm not gonna say every single one of them, but a lot of them have that, and especially ones in like political power and like, police and shit like that, that are fucking xenophobes, that have a hatred and a fear for black people. And what was this woman? I mean, she's not even a politician or a police. What was she the?
I got one. You guys see the video.
She's the leader of the
She put it
pool.
back in her pocket just like it was like cell phone. She did put and it's a whole revolver. She just
But what I'm saying, what does Helen do? Is she like the pool lady? Like, do you give your tickets to Helen when you walk in this bitch?
Nah, it's like a regular car.
So why did she feel like she had to be the one to walk up with the gun out and tell niggas they ain't got no permit when they didn't even need one? So now you mind fuck me, make me think I needed a permit. So they ended up leaving, huh? When did they find out they didn't need a permit?
So
Later,
what happened,
right?
What happened was people afterwards found out they didn't permit. So it was released, I think maybe 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago.
Right, and now people are saying, hey, you don't even need a permit.
People from that actual area like,
Right, and so now they went away, no barbecue, hungry, like son of a bitch.
Well, I would go beyond calling her a xenophobe. That's just flat out racist. Like the term,
But
terms go hand in
racism,
hand.
exactly.
But it's,
Racism is xenophobia.
it is
phobia.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's all
It's hatred
It's all comparable.
and fear put into a systematic practice. See, that's the racism,
That's
really.
racist.
And that's why y'all fuckers better stop calling me racist, because nothing I can say about any of these white rappers is going to go into any kind of systematic practice within any sort of institutions. It's
Right.
just not. So shut the fuck up. Like, there's discrimination, there's discernment.
There's prejudice, but that's
Right, and that's way
from
different than
racism.
racism.
Hitler was a racist. Like he was literally exterminating,
Right.
races of people.
Right, but and we all, when we look at it, we all have our prejudices and our, shit. You like Coke over Pepsi, or you know what I mean, Budweiser over Miller. Like, does that make you a hater of beers and shit? Like, no. Like, it just, you like what you like. But listen, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna ask the hip hop question of the day.
Yeah.
Yanadameen Godcast. Yay! All right. Like
Campgrounds of America. Campgrounds with a K.
Word? Oh, hell no. Handgrounds of America, and then 2 Ks was in America.
We're gonna throw it up in the video to that.
Now tell me her name don't look like that's not Helen.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Well, I wish I would have watched this before. Look at Helen's thighs. Helen looked like she packing cannons in her thighs. Wow. She might be having some other weapons in some of them dimples.
I spoke about the Tyson beating up what's her name?
No, it is a fly. That's like
He told him it was under private ownership.
And lie. But that's what they do.
I think it's like a authority. Like I can do this and get away with it. No one knows.
He's like, first of all, I'm white. Who's gonna question?
Right.
Yes.
Who's gonna check me, boo?
Who's gonna check me? You probably think I own this place because I'm white.
Are we taking a mini break? Are we going right to the third segment?
Oh, you want to take a go ahead. You want to take a smoke break real quick? Go ahead.
Real quick.
All right, bathroom break, y'all. If you need to go to the bathroom,
I definitely.
take a smoke break.
I said a bathroom break. I ain't saying nothing about them up.
You know damn well you going in. That's what you say on camera. Meanwhile, Smokey the Bear.
I can't confirm. The jig is up already.
You're right.
They already sorted behind.
And they love you for it. They're like, oh.
And it's not Newports. It's Marlboro Lights.
Right.
Okay.
They're like, ooh, I see what kind of girl Digga is now.
I know.
She arguing with a Newport.
I'm trying to be so ladylike on camera backstage. Motherfucker, who the fuck you calling? Who you calling corny, nigga?
You had that real black woman face too.
That's that Jersey.
Word. Shit, I'm live as fuck. What?
Lord have me arguing with my cousin. I swear to God, for about 2 hours after you left. You know, he said what he really wanted. I'm telling you, it ain't flat because of. He came to the crib and he was arguing.
Yeah, because he was away. If you notice, he didn't come last week. He was away. So I ended up having to go to his crib to drop the cards off like a couple days later after the show.
Oh, so he was still talking shit about me?
No!
Nah.
His cousin wanted to get into a flat earth.
And I kept
discussion.
saying no. I was like, don't do it.
So did your cousin believe the earth is round?
Yeah. But notice what you said.
Believes. And he was pulling shit out of his
No,
ass.
it's okay, because I believe it too.
Yeah.
It's a belief. It's all a belief. Until we all go in space.
But what if we know it's flat though?
all a belief.
What if we
Some
know it's
people believe it's flat. Some people believe it's round. Okay. We're gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
That's what we are.
Gotta believe.
Behind the scenes.
You have to believe that people can walk upside down on a
That's
ball.
my thing. You
That's
have to
all.
believe-
You have to believe that. That's what I'm saying. Just believe that then. Just admit that you believe that people are walking upside down. People are walking sideways right now. I don't give a fuck how big the motherfucking earth is. At some point, you're going to get to the side, and this is what they're doing. And you believe that. So just know that.
And then, just like we spoke about, it has to be a point on the earth, if it is round, where somebody could just stand and then go like that. Like you could just stand still, and for 24 hours, you'd be able to move.
Either way, somebody's upside down, and that don't make sense. That can't be duplicated nowhere else. But anyway.
I seen you argue. I think I don't know if it was one of your followers on the flat Earth. He said something. You went in on. Nah, it's only because it's flat. It's something crazy like that.
Whoa. Here comes, can y'all look into this?
What?
Zambian just gave me a story. He says, did you see the story about the American pastor who was poisoning Ugandans with industrial bleach that he told them was a malaria HIV cure?
Yes. None of them have malaria or HIV. They just make that classification so they can continue to just give them the crap.
Are y'all brother and sister?
No, we're not.
That's my word. Y'all look alike like a motherfucker. Y'all better do some sort of DNA test. Better go to ancestry.com because yeah, it's raining. Oh shit!
It was born when I was coming in.
Oh word. That's my word. I just looked up and I said, y'all can be the. Hell yeah, I'm gonna replace. Since y'all here, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I heard that, when I read that on Instagram, I was like, come on.
His name is Robert Baldwin.
That's great.
White man.
Yes.
And you see how the black people be so enamored with the white man over in Africa?
There's two of them. One is like
Whatever he
a
says,
you know, spiritual person, Sam Little, the British clairvoyant person, and Robert Baldwin, the pastor.
Damn.
What's his name you said?
Robert Baldwin.
You all right, bro?
it's because I feel like they create
Good.
like scenarios where people they feel like they need them. Like they'll set shit up and then white people just come in and be like, oh, we have the solution, and then bam, on the low they just like take it and do an extra shit to them. And like I said, you can read the African holistic health books by Digga Africa, and it will tell you that they don't really have malaria. They have this like system that they take your DNA or whatever, they take your blood and they put it in this whole like contraption machine shit, and everything is HIV. That's like the main thing. You could have fucking pregnancy, abortion from like 2 years ago. HIV is gonna put it like that.
And HIV is not even what they say it is. Like it's some awesome bullshit.
That shit is created.
Huh?
All this created HIV.
Yeah, it's created.
It's created, all of that. The way they try to find it, that's a creation too, so they can be able to give you the actual pill that they give you is the actual sickness.
Right.
The actual pill is the actual sickness, and it's supposed to help you fight it off, but they're actually just feeding it into you so you can be able to give you that other pill and mess you up even more. Like it's some
Like
bullshit,
vaccinations.
conspiracy shit. I read all the time.
You say it.
I don't play that. You gotta be educated. If you don't have kids, you don't have to have the kids learn about this shit too, because they don't teach them.
So like, where did y'all hear this story at? Like, why is this not front page news?
Netflix. It's up and down there.
Where did y'all hear about this
I
at?
don't even hear it. I heard it on some social media.
Raspy Rolls put it up.
I mean, I heard about the vaccine.
Raspy Rolls put it up.
Raspy Rolls, that's my nigga. Him and that.
I know his page. I know what you're talking about.
That Yaya guy, I don't believe something, something like that. Nice dude. He be putting up a lot of stuff too. And the guy that swallowed Farrakhan, the Rizza, something.
Oh, Rizza Islam, yeah.
Something like that. He be putting up all that, so that's how I find out.
Wow.
You gotta follow
It
this.
says that's been 50,000 blind temporary.
Oh, I heard it on that. I know I heard it.
50,000. That's the video.
This is like a modern day Jim Jones.
Right.
That's Jim Jones. That's crazy.
That's some bullshit, man.
So I guess we're talking about that. Yeah.
Maybe we should real quick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I should get that African holistic book, man. You learn
Oh, I
so
didn't have
much.
that.
Just in case.
You talking about
Later.
The Elo Africa.
Yeah.
See, that's the shit nobody talking. That's the shit nobody talking about. We need to be more talking about that.
Word up.
You read his book on Melanin Chronicles?
Oh,
Yes,
I know.
That's
that.
good.
I'm
Analyze how bad I want this.
That's on Amazon.
Oh, word.
It's unlimited. It's available on Amazon Prime. Read it right from my phone.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, when way faster than theirs. Like, and he's actually a medical doctor, so he has this shit like advanced.
Because the Constitution says you can kill the police. The Constitution says you can kill the police. I just read it.
Yeah,
They said an unlawful for an unlawful arrest, right? And they define an unlawful arrest as a physical abuse, like excessive abuse. So as soon as like Eric Garner was choked up, it's in the Constitution that we can come and help Eric Garner.
Right, free him.
Even if we kill the police, the most we can get is some sort of manslaughter. Some bullshit manslaughter in self-defense.
But what you'll find out
Get
is
your ass back in jail.
that's not.
See, all that
Hypothetically,
Hypothetically,
it's
that's
meant for everyone, but really that's meant for white men.
Exactly.
You'll
That's
get
meant
charged
for
with
white
obstruction
men
of
because
justice and
when
everything
that
else.
was written, black people were what? In that Constitution. Looked at as what? 3/5 of a man?
It's not a fake green juice. It's a real green juice in a cup.
Yeah, it's a real green
In a
juice.
cup of ice from 7-Eleven. Stop it, y'all. They said it's fake. It's not fake.
This is real green juice. Cold pressed.
Dane Calloway. Think about that. Yeah.
I want to get Dane Calloway on as a guest.
He's the guy that gets donations and he puts it right to the research.
He's the guy that says, and kind of actually proves that the African Americans are actually the indigenous or Aborigine. And he breaks down words like native. Native actually means if your parents go to another country and then have you there, you're a native, but you're not indigenous, so you're not Aborigine to that country. So he put up a bunch of them. Everybody said they got Indian in their family, right?
I think he's making like the black slave angry.
Somebody can send me on right here.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
This book right here is just like, I can't stop like,
Black civilization.
so,
I did that one years ago.
just started.
You going? All right.
See, Alex Trebek kids is really
Yeah. Oh, we gotta shout him out real quick.
You might should. Because we some Jeopardy motherfuckers. And
Oh, yeah. I know you
I'm
don't.
still going to get you. We still going to do this.
Oh, we can definitely get it on. Yeah, not being on sweating. He's still trying to challenge me in Jeopardy, y'all. the unmitigated gall.
What is, don't fuck with me.
I don't want none of this Jeopardy smoke, bro. Please.
Wiz, she's not ready.
Okay? I'm trying to honor thy king. I don't want to take you down, bro. I don't want to take you down, man. All I'm saying, bro.
Alex is happy. That's why his shit is in remission.
He said, swallow. That's a big
Bro,
Can I get back
what
online?
happened?
Why am I not online anymore?
Yeah, we ready. Let's do it. Time of the year. Oh.
Mic check.
Okay, we still rolling. 1, 2, sound check. Yeah. Yeah. YouTube Live, click that description. Send a donation.
Godcast Scene 3, take 1.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Team Yanadameen. We got the motherfucking live audience in the house. Yeah, I love the feeling, the interaction of the crowd, and it's just it's a new. I like it. It's gonna expand even more.
Jamar being nice for company.
Huh?
I said you being nice for company.
Am I? That won't last long. Shout out to YouTube Live in the house. We got my man Truly Zambian holding it down. He's one of our day oneers. We back doing what we do.
That's right.
So we had a few things that we wanted to talk about, but then while we were in break, certain things kind of got popped up on the table that we felt like we need to talk about here on the Godcast. So, one of our Godcast regulars, my man Truly Zambian, who's actually over in London. Okay, so he's joining us on YouTube Live right now, but he's over in London. I don't even know what time it is over there. It's probably late as a motherfucker, but he's, Yeah, it's probably tomorrow or some shit over there. But he's fucking around with us right now. So we appreciate him being here. And he brought to my attention a story about an American pastor. What's this fucker's name? Robert Baldwin. Sounds like a motherfucking some white author, written by Robert Baldwin. Or one of the Baldwin brothers. Hey, is it one of the Baldwin brothers? No, hopefully not. But anyway, Robert Baldwin is a pastor out in Uganda, and he was apparently giving industrial bleach to his parishioners and telling them it was a malaria/HIV cure.
That's crazy.
What in the Jim Jones fuck is going on? Like, that's crazy. That's some Jim Jones shit. That's drink the Kool-Aid shit. Why? Why does a religious white man have this kind of power, in the so-called motherland in 2019? Like a lot of us here, I see some of people in our audience pulling out books, on Africa and knowledge and all kind of, But it seems like the place that we look at as the root, a lot of times you find some of the most blindness. You'll find a lot of blindness. Like when I went to Nigeria, I remember there was this little kid and he's calling himself by his Christian name. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, you have an African name. You should be calling yourself by your African name. You want to be like Michael or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like the mental poisoning, man. And which leads to a physical poisoning. It's crazy. And for it to be so strong and what we feel is the motherland is like
that's crazy.
It's like the ultimate irony almost. Like
I feel like church and places of worship is something that's heavily celebrated in within deeply rooted within Black people. Period.
Because we're spiritual, and they take advantage of that. We're spiritual people. And we're able to, we know the truth that existed here. See, that's why they'll mix truth with falsehood. You see what I'm saying? And that's where it gets blurry. And if you're not educated properly, our intuition will tune into the truthful side of it, and you'll feel
We want
like
the word.
you'll feel the realness in it. But then when they exploit it,
right before that collection plate start going,
twist it and bounce it, or when they take from it if they like, because I don't know. Did we talk about the slave Bible before? Well, there's something called the Slave's Bible. You look it up. We'll show a picture of it. And basically, this was the Bible that they gave during slavery. They took out the whole Old Testament and certain books in the New Testament. Basically, any like Exodus, anything that had to do with, rebelling and keeping all chapters that said, you should obey your master and stuff like that. So I think the Bible has, this is an approximation, let's say 1,100 to 1,800 books in it, chapters or whatever the case may be. This was whittled down to about 200.
Yeah.
Okay? Just to let you know what kind of redaction was done to this Bible that, but we loved it. We took what truth was still left in, what little truth was still left in there, and we took it to heart as black people, and we fucking sung our hymns and prayed to that fucking, to that white Jesus and all of that. And it's still going on today.
Funny you should mention that. Total sidebar. My last tour overseas, I visited the Pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
Pantheon in Rome actually has a picture of Jesus in there as black.
Mm-hmm. Because
And
that's what's so ironic.
And this was 2,000 years ago.
Because when you go to, especially European places, and their original depiction of Jesus and Mary, it's black.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know the science. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to the homie Tommaso in Italy. He's a faithful watcher of Godcast.
Now this leads me to something that I just saw. Who was bringing this up? This was like a quote or something I just saw on IG.
One of these days, we're going to come in here with like our notes and our cue cards.
Listen, sometimes we got mental notes.
That's right.
So I saw something that said, most people say that history is written by the victors, right? But that's not always true. Because if you lost, you could try to rewrite the shit to make it seem like you won. You see? So we can't always feel like, oh, the victors are. No. You got sometimes losers or people that felt like losers that's now trying to flip it. Like, I was worshiping a black Jesus and Mary. Now you going to worship a white Jesus and Mary. You know what I mean? On some hater shit. Like on some, on some xenophobia. Shit.
He running with it.
I learned a new word
You
today.
like that word.
That's the word of the day. We haven't done that in a while. Remember the word of the day? Hey,
our last word of the day is still going strong.
Well, hey.
Subjective.
Well, xenophobia, I think, is the new one, and we're going to put up the definition of xenophobia. Hopefully we're right. I haven't even...
I'm rarely wrong. A couple memory lapses here
There's
and there.
There's going to be some sort of cut-in right there. I don't know what it is.
No.
But when she says I'm rarely wrong,
I may have some.
You're going to cut
lapses.
to me, and I'm just going to be like...
I may have some memory lapses every now and again, but usually when it's a showdown.
Alrighty then.
I'm usually always right.
All right, well, listen. When I heard the story, I'm like, where did y'all hear this? Like, why isn't this some shit that's front page news. Like, white pastor out here poisoning African, congregation. Like, why wasn't that on ABC World News tonight? Was it? Maybe I missed it. But I'd be watching that type of shit. Because that comes on right before
Jeopardy.
Okay.
That's right.
Which is gonna which actually segues us into our next topic, which was our boy Alex Trebek. Okay. Now, for some reason, they think we hate white people around here, but we don't. Okay.
No, they don't think I do. They think you.
Okay. Well, they think I hate white people, but I don't. Alex Trebek, until he shows me otherwise, is my fucking guy. Okay? I fuck with Alex Trebek. That's my fucking guy.
Until that pillow talk tape.
Until the racist fucking tape of him rapping about when his black girlfriend dumped him comes out, then I might have issue with him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Right now, Alex has done nothing wrong. And
Alex is invited to the cookout.
Alex can come to the cookout. Who is Alex Trebek? Yeah, that's the answer. Who could come to the cook? Who's a white dude that could come to Raw's cookout? Who is Alex Trebek? That's the answer.
Alex Trebek.
That's the answer. There's a few white people that can come to my shit. Are you kidding me? White people, you're welcome. Don't bring the swine, bro. Don't bring the swine. Leave the swine at home. Then you're not invited. Anyway, so Alex Trebek apparently has, what kind of cancer does he have?
Stage 4 pancreatic.
Stage 4 pancreatic, but apparently his shit is going down.
And there's actually a 5% survival rate of pancreatic. So.
But let me tell you, and what they say, his tumors are shrinking. I believe that doing what you love and just happiness is the best medicine. Isn't it so funny that, like, right when this dude got cancer, it's almost like he was delivered this fucking Jeopardy whiz. Like, this got to make him happy in so many different ways. Like financially, fucking, like, just as someone who's a Jeopardy, because I know he loves the game. Like, he's a smart motherfucker. He be knowing some of this shit. Like, just as a brainiac, nerd type of nigga, like, it's intriguing for him to just watch this dude work every fucking night. Like, he gets to fucking be the one to deliver the fucking questions and watch this nigga do his fucking thing, And now, as far as his show, come on now, tune in tomorrow and see if, this is a godsend for him. Like, this is so, I feel like all of that is helping to cure this motherfucker. This is what I'm saying.
And he probably got some of the best CBD delectable. He probably at home smoking like
all of that.
Chemo my
ass. Fuck CBD. He need to be raw dog THC oiling it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just might be. You know what I mean? Because if he's fucking with any of those treatments that they give you, you know what I mean? Apparently that shit make you nauseous and all this type of shit.
And I do believe, my dad passed away from pancreatic, so I know what the chemo side of it does. Like, that just takes you all the way out. I believe in the power of prayer, and I feel like the entire world is like praying for, is like rooting for him to
prayer, meditation, positive energy, whatever you want to call it.
Who can do what Alex does for that show? Like, I can't even imagine
a different host. Right?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even imagine, him being gone and us being forced to like watch another host. Like, I can't even see it.
But make no mistake about it. See, this is when you get into business. And
I'm sure they got the next one lined up.
Now this is because this is almost a leeway into some other stuff that we wanted to talk about originally. When you now deal with business, you see what I'm saying? Like, the sentimental, humane thing to do is when, because was there ever another host of Jeopardy?
No.
He's only been the only host. So the sentimental, almost right thing to do is when he's out, show's over. We shutting this bitch down. We've made all the money we can make off this motherfucker, and time to go home, y'all. But that's not necessarily how business works, how franchises work. And so you must believe when he goes, like they already got a nigga that they're grooming right now. Like, you know, they're doing episodes with this nigga somewhere in a fucking warehouse somewhere that nobody knows about. Testing him out, getting him acclimated to this Jeopardy shit so that he could step right in when the nigga leave. You know what I mean? And that's...
I mean, that would be smart business-wise.
But it's also the ruthlessness
But
of
it's
business. You see? And let's just say that move takes away from the part of the magic, part of the purity of what we have come to know Jeopardy for.
But that, you know, but that's why I say,
And
like,
now
who else could we? I couldn't even imagine watching it. I probably wouldn't even want to watch it if it was another host.
It depends. I really would have to give it. I'd give it a try and see how they did.
Just because, you know, we're knowledge junkies, of course.
Right. Shit. I just had the idea.
They got somebody black. That'd be cute.
But it has to be believable, like, you know, like you have to really feel like, he could be the host of Jeopardy. Because it'd be seeming like
I could be the host of Jeopardy. I'm just putting it out there. I could be the host of Jeopardy. Come on, y'all. Energy. What nigga? That sounds terrible. Actually, that sounds terrible. Me wishing. That almost sounds like me wishing.
like you campaigning for this man to
Yeah,
go.
like
and Rod Digga to step on in.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting that energy out there at all.
But that'd be good business though. That'd be good business, right?
I mean, he getting what, 10 million an episode?
What the fuck he get?
No, not per episode, per year. He makes
10 million a
He
year
gets 10 million a year.
to just read off a card.
10 to 12, man.
In Bible times, this was called. What is? Come on, Ezekiel's wheel. You know that.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm reading the comments.
I didn't even give a full clue. I just
I
wanted to see if you was telepathy with me like that.
No, I was reading the
You're not
comments.
tuned
I'm
in
sorry.
yet. Okay.
I was watching all the people in the comments say how they would watch Jeopardy if I was hosting.
Okay.
Oh.
I love
Sure.
y'all.
They watch it if I was hosting too.
But you don't wear dresses like me. Look, you got that.
She likes that shit. So listen, I was talking about earlier about, you know, the purity of business and all of that, and we were talking about how, you know, when money gets involved, and you know, and just how outside influences, society, racism, all of that can affect people's art of what they do, and like, how could you really keep something pure in this day and age? You know what I mean? Like, but yet make it something that people can earn a living off of. You see? Like, how do we keep the Godcast pure? Or let's just say a new kind of music comes in, like rap came in. We as black people give this shit away. Like, y'all can have this, white people. We got a new fucking music. It's called whatever the fuck we call it. You dig? How do we protect that? How do we not follow the shit of the past where the white people with money come in and swoop down and usurp it and use it for their own gains. Like, it's their way that we as black people, you know, and especially the ones with money, you know, these so-called millionaires, and some of us are going towards billionaire status, yes?
Some of us are already there.
Some of us are already there.
Not us, because I ain't nowhere
Like-
near it, but, you know, some black folks.
What,
We got
you
some
know,
millionaires out there.
I feel like, and it's not even like you're trying to say, oh, you got your hand out, but what can we do? What can we do to keep it pure? Huh, people?
That's actually an audience. Anybody know any? It's
Do we have any
You gotta embrace the youth.
embrace the
embrace
youth?
the youth.
Because they're making apps or they're finding new ways to walk their music. But I mean, you have to teach them how to respect, like, who you have for, like, the OGs, as well as, you know, push them towards the future. Because, like, let's say people will find, like, Lil Nas X, but Lil Nas X is doing country, and country originates from black people. So how you found him when he's actually bringing it back to where it should be in terms of southern music.
But he's also doing country because he feels like he can get money doing that. You know what I mean? Like, and when he's out in front in those festivals, it's gonna be mostly white people in that audience. So at the end of the day, most of his money's coming from white people. How do we support our, you know what I mean? The ones that we really fuck with.
But the point that he made is a good point, because he's saying, like, for one, keep it the best way to keep it pure and keep it niche and our own is to continuously teach, you know, keep that connection with the next generation. So even if, you know,
Right, but if the next generation is constantly being exploited, is constantly being dangled that carrot in front of them, you see, like, we need some other carrot danglers with righteous intentions. You see, that wanna keep it pure, but still wanna help take these people out of a certain financial situation that they might be in, because that's what the record companies are doing. That's what people. Why you fuck with these people? They're helping me get out of a certain situation and allowing me to do my art. Now, these days, you know, art is very subjective as to what is art. You know, it's not as clear cut as it used to be, but at the end of the day, they're helping to change these people's lives. But now, a price comes with that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we got to start doing for self to where we offer the opportunities to our people. We retain our own natural resources. Because what they're doing basically is exploiting our natural resources.
I do think that would be, you know, difficult, especially, like, in this country, because everything that most people value is money. Like, even if so, like, even say, like, we have our own and it's pure and it's niche, like, people are always gonna look at something else, somebody else that has more, and think that they're not successful. Like, no, that's success. Like, at some point, we have to stop measuring success by, like, how much money someone has, and start, like, realizing that, no, the value of something is keeping it pure and not letting it get watered down. Now, that, to me, that's something that's psychological, and I don't know. I mean, as long as we're in a place where,
Wait, what in the?
I'm sorry, there's, like, some crazy noise going on out there. Like, I don't think, you know, I don't think we're in a place that we're ever going to look at ourselves and be like, what we have is enough. Like, we're going to be content with what we have. Like, we're always going to look at somebody else like they're doing more. They're doing, outside people like they're doing better than us. And most of the time, that may very well be the case. And part of what sparked this conversation, we were talking about DJing. We do? Oh, wow. So, make it quick. So, we were talking about DJing, and I was talking about how somebody like a Calvin Harris is considered like one of the greatest DJs right now. He's probably bringing home anywhere between
600,000 a night,
20 million a year from DJing. But meanwhile, we look at somebody like Kool Herc and see him struggling, and it's like, as long as the Calvin Harrises of the world exist, people will look at a Kool Herc as a failure. So how do we like uplift our own to a point where we can look at a Calvin Harris and ignore him? Like, okay, white people going white people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not considered successful to me. What's considered successful is this OG that pioneered hip hop. I said, if Coogee Herc Lord, my God, that was
put
so
all
cool.
your loved ones into one. Coogee Herc.
Right, my favorite DJ, my favorite rapper. Okay, so if Kool Herc booked a party right now in the Bronx in a venue that held 1,000 people, will 1,000 people show up for that man?
No.
Exactly. And this is the stuff that I say we have the power to control. We don't have the power to control white people or other races leeching off us or whitewashing our shit and making it their shit and blowing up off and fine. Whatever are in your annals of history, whoever y'all call the greatest, cool. Until we start building up our own in the physical forms that we can do, that we have the power to do, like show up for these, for our OGs and stuff, like, we're always going to be in this fucked up predicament. And that's not going to change being mad at them over there for doing what they do. It starts here.
All right, well, shit.
Oh, hey.
We're going to have to go.
30 seconds.
On that note, we love y'all. Shit, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Peace.
Oh, peace.
Right, yes, finally. There you go. Somebody said she's been on this shit long enough. She should know damn well not to be doing that.
I'm always getting cussed out for doing this. I just want to show off my nail.
Well, show it.
Coogee Herc. That was cute.
But they do have they have something in the Bronx that is called it's in the Bronx Beer Hall or Park or whatever it's called, and it's called Uptown Vinyl Supreme. That they have Marley Marl there, they have Black Rock there, Pete Rock, I can't remember who else is there. But I've been going there for like the past season, and it's like $5 to $10, and you can like rock out and you can like.
Somebody said we never heard of Calvin Harris, right? And Jamar never heard of him either. But he's actually
nigga makes $600,000
but if you
a show.
If you Google top DJ right now, Calvin Harris is gonna pop up. He does all those EDM collaborations
like the white boy
with
DJ
the Rihannas. Yeah,
I look at him as like a DJ Khaled.
he's like that's exactly. He gets all the pop superstars collaborations and makes EDM records out of them, and he's like, I'm talking to the YouTube.
I think
man.
ownership too, man. You gotta take ownership.
That's exactly what he is. He's a white DJ Khaled.
Because when Dr. Dre sold beats and shit, did the Apple thing, kind of felt the way about that too. This shit was already making hella money before he did that.
Peace. Shit was goody. Breaking up. You say? I hear you now. breaking up again. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't that much. Oh no, that was my for my daughter.
Xenophobia?
That was for my daughter. She was getting like the Invisalign. Invisalign.
Right.
Shit. Like NYU was this program.
That's what they call Trump, a xenophobe.
So
Also,
students and shit. Cheating.
It's like fear of the unknown. That's like
They do all kind of shit, yo. They do full on surgery.